All right, well, next week marks the 57th anniversary of the March on Washington, a historic moment in world history, the place where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. gave his I Have a Dream speech.
And this year's anniversary comes as America is still fighting for equality. Next week, a group from the Portland area is headed to Washington, D.C. for the anniversary. Organizer Joe Bean Keller will be one of them. He joins us live this morning with a preview. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. How are you doing?
Doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Excited about the trip. The people are excited, so we're basically almost packed, ready to go.
Yeah, I bet this has to be a busy week of planning for you. I know everyone has seen clips, from the original March on Washington, the I Have a Dream speech. I'm curious, what is happening next week for this big anniversary?
Well, it's like I said, it's the 57th anniversary, and it's to take the knee off my neck, basically. And what's going to be taking place, what sets this different is that the majority of the families that are going to be leading this march are going to be families that have lost loved ones to police violence. So it takes it to a different level. So we're looking for different results basically from this march itself.
Talk to us about who in your group is going and why it's so important for you to be there.
Well, my family, like I said, my son Deontay was murdered by police in '96, but the families of Kendra James will be going, Jahard Perez, let's see, Aaron Campbell, who else will be going? There's Aaron Campbell, Jahard Perez, Kenny, let's see, the James family from, and there's, we have the Washington family, we have the Carlos, he got killed over in Vancouver, Carlos Hunter. Then the family from the Washingtons, like I say, they were from Portland State University, where the young man was killed at, in which they had finally just disarmed them. Then we got, like I say, Aaron Campbell's family, in which Aaron Campbell, remember, he was shot at and stuff. And there's like 9 different families going.
Yeah, these are all
big group.
Local families too who've been affected in these run-ins with law enforcement, with these violent confrontations with police. So it is an interesting.
That's kind of hard way of talking about it, because what happens is that when I get to thinking about it, I get to think about, the closer to this event itself, I get to think about the families, and actually this is bringing up memories itself from, because like I say, Byron Hammock, I think it was like some of these murders were like 10, 15 years ago and stuff, and so to bring these memories back up after all this while, I mean, it's hard for the family, just as it's hard for me, but at the same time, it's a healing process as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I would imagine that it's probably been hard all year as we've seen these ongoing demonstrations and had this national conversation over the death of George Floyd and so many others. It brings it all right back for you, I would imagine.
It actually does. I mean, because and then when you look at it, when you see that it still hasn't stopped, because then you look at some of the new video clips that are coming out from police harassments and things that are taking place, and I mean, this is after the George Floyd murder. We're still having these same problems. So what is it really going to take in order to stop this? I mean, like I say, these marches and these protests are fine, but what's going on with those they're kind of getting away from what it started from. So we're getting away from the police murders, because we're kind of starting to go off track to other areas about, and then with the violence that's taking place, it's kind of overshadowing the real purpose and the meaning of what's really starting to take place and why this all started. So we have to kind of get back to where it started from.
Mm-hmm. With this being really such an important trip for you all, how can people help get you there? Can people help you?
We're still raising funds on the GoFundMe itself. And people go to the GoFundMe page. Basically, we're pretty much set in, but we're still a few $1,000s short. And that's just for incidentals, because we want to make sure, because on this trip, like I say, all these families, there's 24 of us that are going. Basically, 20 people will be flying in one plane, and I have a minister and a videographer going with them. But we want to make sure they don't have any expenses itself. From ground transportation, because I have all the airfares locked in and all the tickets are taken care of. The hotel accommodation is taken care of. I got them staying in over 4-star plus hotel at the Hamilton there, because I want them to have the best convenience when they get there. But I want to be able to feed them as well too. I don't want them to have to come out of their pocket for anything they need and any incidentals. So we're still trying to raise a few more $1,000s just to take care of those things there.
Yeah, well, and Joe, as you said, this is it's such an emotional thing to be involved with, and for these families to go and have to bring a lot of that back to the surface. You want to be able to take care of the logistics of getting there and make all of that an easier thing for the week. So hopefully our viewers can help. We want to help you get the word out. I know you'll be doing a barbecue this weekend too, so we're going to be putting all of the information for that and your GoFundMe at coin.com if people want to check it out and help everyone get to Washington, D.C. For a very important anniversary, very important message. Yeah.
And even if you want to drop off some food over to Barkley, we're going to be at Wilshire Park, and this is just for the families that are going. So we're not making this a social session. This is for the families because we're going to be getting together so they can go over the itineraries and everything as well too. And if people want to drop off some food just and keep going, we're going to be at Wilshire Park on Skidmore and 36, right on the 36 and Skidmore, that area right there. So we'd like people to just drop something off, some desserts or whatever, or some hot food, and drive by and say thank you and give us our blessings and so forth as we get ready to make this monumental trip.
All right, Joe, thank you so much. We appreciate you joining us this morning, and good luck next week in Washington, D.C.
Thank you very much as well too. And I'm sorry for the confusion with all the names and stuff, but it just, like I say, this is such
No, all good. I know
okay.
we'll be checking in with you guys as you travel, so take care.
Okay. Thank you very much.